the chain punch. So the chain punch is the foundational and recognizable punch that we use in Wing Chun, the chain punching technique. Now, this is such a useful tool for self-defense because it allows you to throw fast and powerful punches directly down your center whilst protecting your center at the same time. Now, people will often ask like, okay, why is it not used in the UFC? Because, I mean, it's a different context, firstly. Because in self-defense, you want to finish the fight quickly. You don't want to play trickery. You don't want to feel out your opponent. You don't want to, score points. You just want to go home safely to your family. And in order to do that, you need to apply maximum power to the weakest potential opportunity to strike on an opponent. And the chain punch represents that in the sense that, for example, let's say here's my opponent, there's a striking point, yeah? I come as fast and as hard as I can down that line, striking, trying to finish the opponent, whether it's with punches or whether it changes to chain chitsaos, which is the movement before the chain punch in the form. So it could be this, depending on what's necessary and what's available. So you're aiming to drive all your power as fast, chin, throat, ear, whatever's available to incapacitate the opponent so you can go home safely and eat pasta with your family, right? Spaghetti, or noodles, okay. So the chain punch is effective in that it's fast and powerful punches in that you're moving your body mass in a direct plane behind the punches. So I've got my whole body coming forward down behind the punches. I'm covering my center and punching in front of the vulnerable points. So my chin and my neck, my throat are covered as I punch straight down the center. Now, boxers even use these punches. Do Muay Thai guys use a punch like this? Not really. The boxers will punches like this. Even Muhammad Ali had a similar to a Wing Chun guard. He had his hands low like this and relaxed, and he'd throw his punches from here. Because when your arms are in this kind of position, it's easier to throw a faster punch because the arms are relaxed as opposed to when you're holding yourself up here. This is still good too, and this is similar to the elbows that we use as well because you've got that upwardness. But with our Wing Chun guard, we protect our throat and chin and we come straight down the center with chain punches. Now, a part that people get a little confused with is that they think that a Wing Chun practitioner only punches in this way. But that's completely incorrect because the Wing Chun fighter adapts to what happens. Meaning, if you can take the shortest distance from this position and hit right through to the target, by all means do. It's faster, it's more effective, and the fight's over. But it might not be applicable because there may be things in the way. I might go through to hit and there's something there. And if I have enough power to hit right through, bang, I'll hit right through. If I don't, then something else might happen. Maybe it rolls into a bong sao type movement and then opens up to hit with the other arm. Maybe it opens up in this way into like a tan sao movement and then comes in through to the throat in this way. So the punch and the chain punch mold and manifest according to the environment. So the chain punch is like the foundation, right? In that okay, once I'm in striking range or when I'm close enough, okay, you may have used your kick, which we'll be doing when we go into seeking the bridge. You may use your kick to enter, and then you come into your chain punch sequence, The chain punch will move and mold according to what's necessary. I'm not just going to stay here and go, okay, I'm just going to chain punch while he fucking knocks me out from the outside with hooks. The chain punch can mold. So as I come through to chain punch him and he uses different strikes, see how my arms move according to what's necessary. So the chain punch is still there, and if he's still throwing strikes, it molds according to what's necessary. So your chain punch evolves, molds, flows, changes according to the environment. You can think of it like a ball that's rolling down a hill, right? And as that ball rolls down a hill, it moves and adapts according to the environment that it meets. It meets a bump, it moves. It can't just steamroll down through. If it can, it will. Meaning if you have the power to, you will just hit right through, bang. You don't need to actually mold, right? But if there's something in the way that cannot be hit through, then it can roll and redirect accordingly. So if we demonstrate slowly, I'm going through towards him, I meet something, then the chain punch moves. See, this is different now. He keeps coming to attack, it's different now. But it's still in the chain fashion. I'm still thinking attack, 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 attack. But in that attack, 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 it's defending, 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 and rolling according to the nature of what is necessary. So the chain punch is like the bread and butter. You center, you sense, you sink, you put the state on, you throw your chain punches right down the center so that you can get maximum power and offensive potential onto the smallest, weakest part of the body. Generally speaking, that's the throat, the chin, potentially the ear or the eye when we're striking up to the upper body, right? With the limbs, that's the best targets, right? Now, as you come through with that, it then molds accordingly to whatever different obstacles you are presented with. Ultimately, you want to punch right through and destroy the target. However, you may not be able to because of their power or because of your lack of power against theirs. Now, that operates both, as you can probably start to understand and picked up from the prior lessons, both on the offensive and the defensive side. So as Carlson throws a punch towards me, the chain punch, boom, is a block as well. Yeah? So you can block strike, or you can just strike. You know? There's of course, all of those different capacities with the chain punch. And that's a part of the simplicity of Wing Chun. You have an opponent, you know, okay, I need to beat them because I want to take care of my family. So you launch your chain punches at their vulnerable target. You come straight through trying to crush and finish them, right, at the vulnerable target. But if that is not possible because of obstacles, so there's some obstacles in the way, I come through, it meets and make an obstacle. I meet an obstacle, so then perhaps the chain punch keeps control and rolls it down. Perhaps the chain punch rolls off and comes into another form of chain punching. So the chain punch is not just this. That is a very amateur and beginner understanding. And it's kind of stupid to think that you just do that you just come down the center chain punching. Because if I just stayed here and Carlson was any good, he'd just come around the outside and knock me out, right? So the chain punch to me is the bread and butter of the Wing Chun system. And the cool thing about it is that if you practice that diligently and if you practice it well, you practice it correctly, putting, centering, sensing, sinking the state, practicing slowly, getting a connection to your actual structure, using it in a way where you gain mastery of this movement, you can be extremely powerful and extremely fast with this sequence, with this chain punch. And that evolves and molds according to the environment, which you develop in the next section on sticking hands. So just a little bit of a peek into that. The sticking hands practice is what trains you to be able to have that sensitivity and that natural reflex to be able to roll with whatever's coming at you. So as I have in my mind to chain punch through the center, the hands can start to roll and move according to the environment from your sticking hands practice. So you have this in your mind, this intention to, destroy the target from a perspective of, self-defense, right? Because you love yourself and you love your family, you don't want to let this person kill you or hurt you or your family, right? So you come through with your chain punch in mind. If you meet something in the environment, it may roll and move into a different sequence. It might move into something else because of the dynamic environment that you're coming up against. But ultimately, at its peak, Wing Chun finishes with one hit. You just go straight through and you finish the fight. The stories go that my master had multiple fights, 50 or 100 fights on rooftops in Hong Kong back in the rooftop fighting days, and pretty much all of his fights finished in 1 or 2 strikes because he had that high level of power. I mean, that's the rumors and the stories. I wasn't there, so I can't validate that, but that's what people say. Anyway, coming back to it. The chain punch is, to me, one of the greatest weapons for self-defense. And if you can train that, concentrate on that, and have the patience to do that over and 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 continue on and on, right? Then you will develop a fast, powerful striking capacity which will serve you in your self-defense skill. So that's a little bit of context on the chain punch. Any questions, observations, experiences to share, put them in the community section, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.